The bustling heart of Tokyo hummed with its usual morning rhythm, a symphony of hurried footsteps and chattering commuters. Among them, a train full of ordinary people embarked on an ordinary journey. Inside, a man reached for his water bottle, but the cap slipped, vanishing into the bustling floor. In that instant, a ripple of the extraordinary touched the mundane. Phones flickered, then died, replaced by blaring earthquake alerts. Panic rippled through the carriage as the train hurtled forward, entering a tunnel. A violent jolt, a blinding flash, and then nothing. When consciousness returned, the passengers found themselves not in Tokyo, but amidst a dense, unfamiliar forest. Only a single compartment of their train remained, a metallic anomaly in a world reborn. Yet a strange familiarity tugged at their minds. This was Tokyo, a Tokyo reclaimed by nature. Amidst the shock, a firefighter named Sam, with a calm demeanor and a natural authority, stepped forward. He began to steady the bewildered crowd. By his side was Yumi, a budding firefighter who looked up to Sam, having learned much from his classes. The echoes of Tokyo. Meanwhile, back in 2023 Tokyo, the train management was in a frenzy. 2 compartments had vanished without a trace, Sam's among them, but the other remained a mystery. Engineers scoured the tunnel, hoping for answers. Unbeknownst to them, Sam, Yumi, and another girl from their compartment were also inspecting the same tunnel, hoping to see if anyone was coming for them. A light shimmered in the distance, a beacon of hope for both groups. The engineers believed it was the missing passengers, while Sam's group thought it was rescuers. But the light held a crueler truth. As Sam's group emerged, they weren't met by rescuers, but by the devastating sight of a Tokyo transformed into a vast desert. They quickly documented this desolate future, their videos a desperate plea for belief. Initially, no one believed their wild tale, but the undeniable proof on their phones swayed even the most cynical. Trapped, bewildered, and famished, they faced a grim reality. No help, no signal, only endless sand. A criminal among them? 7 agonizing hours passed. Hunger gnawed at their resolve. A few shared their meager snacks, a testament to their dwindling unity. But Penny, a selfish woman consumed by her own hunger, began rummaging through bags. She found no food, but in one man's bag, she unearthed a government letter, clearly marking him as a criminal. Penny, fueled by suspicion, declared this man, Kayashima, responsible for their plight, believing he'd orchestrated their entrapment to blackmail the government. Kayashima, a famous hairdresser, vehemently denied the accusations, but no one listened. Frustrated, he decided to leave. A vlogger boy, who had witnessed Penny's scavenging, approached Sam and Yumi. He revealed Penny's true intentions and vouched for Kayashima's innocence. Sam, feeling a pang of guilt, went after Kayashima. He found him just in time, saving him from a treacherous fall. Kayashima, grateful, reiterated his innocence. But before Sam could press him about the letter, he was silenced. Guilt, regret, and a glimmer of hope. Night fell, a heavy cloak of worry. While most slept, thoughts churned for many. The next morning, a new dynamic emerged. Sam, ever the helper, continued to assist everyone, much to Kayashima's annoyance. "Why are you helping everyone?" Kayashima demanded. "What's your problem?" Sam confessed to a deep-seated guilt. His friend's legs had been broken because of him, and he had vowed to help anyone in need to atone. Sam's story stirred something in Kayashima, reminding him of his own brother. Despite their poverty, they had been inseparable. Kayashima had worked tirelessly, becoming a renowned hairdresser, to provide his brother with a better life. But in his relentless pursuit of success, he had neglected his brother, who had, unbeknownst to Kayashima, fallen into a life of crime. The criminal letter wasn't Kayashima's, but his brother's. Kayashima was on that train to pick him up after his bail. A future unveiled. Now with everyone off the train, the search for food and water became paramount. Deep in the forest, they stumbled upon a towering structure, a skyscraper they recognized as one slated for completion in 2026. This stark realization, coupled with the discovery of a plant a biologist identified as belonging to 30 years in the future, sent a chilling revelation through them. They were at least 40 years in the future. The thought of a world so desolate in their own future filled them with dread. Back in 2023, the mystery of the vanished compartments remained unsolved. Scientists, after extensive searching, were forced to announce the official disappearance of over 100 people. In their grim future, thirst became an overwhelming enemy. Sam, resourceful, attempted to collect rainwater with a tarp, but even that failed. The next morning, the biologist discovered a flower that grew near water, a vital clue. Sam, ever determined, led a small group, including the biologist, Kayashima and Yumi, in search of a spring. They reached a formidable mountain. With a makeshift rope, Sam, with his firefighting expertise, scaled the treacherous peak. Below, his companions watched as he discovered it water. A desolate future, new threats. From the mountain summit, Sam gazed out, revealing a horrifying truth. Tokyo had become a vast ocean, its iconic buildings submerged. The future, it seemed, held an even more catastrophic destiny. Another night passed. A man named Tanaka, venturing out of the compartment, was attacked. Though he escaped, no one believed his tale of encountering another human. But then, a blessing reigned. They reveled in the downpour, quenching their thirst and washing away the grime. The biologist, tirelessly working to find sustenance, was aided by the others. Yumi and Rina, foraging for berries, made a critical error. Yumi accidentally ate poisonous ones. Sam, visibly distressed, rushed her back to the compartment. As they nursed her back to health, a strong sense of family blossomed amongst the survivors. Yumi's brush with death served as a stark reminder they needed to work or they would perish. The next day, they toiled. Food was found, utensils crafted, but their triumph was short-lived. Poisonous berries had been mixed with their harvest. Kaishima suspected Tanaka, whom they had cast out for stealing his scissors. Sam, searching for Tanaka, found the scissors, but not the man. The biologist, ever insightful, deduced that a river must be nearby, promising water and fish. As they set out to find it, the biologist was attacked. Tanaka, now in their compartment for treatment, offered his security expertise, promising to build traps. Desperate for protection, they agreed. Life settled into a new routine. Kayashima, finding joy in his craft, cut Rena's hair. They foraged, cooked, and survived. 2 compartments, 1 future. The next day, Yumi and Sam spotted a child near their compartment. Following the child, they were led to a river. The child then vanished. Kayashima, searching for them, joined them. When the child didn't return, they pressed on, discovering the other missing train compartment. The occupants of this second compartment were far more organized, having established a thriving camp. Their leader, Yuto, greeted them. Sam relayed the attack on their biologist. Yuto apologized, explaining that one of his men had gone mad and he was killed in self-defense. The groups shared information. Sam revealed their discovery of the river and food. Yuto, in turn, shared his discovery of a ship with a radio and a diary. Through the radio, they had received a signal from Canada, confirming they were 60 years in the future. The diary revealed a grim truth. The world had been destroyed in 2026 by a catastrophic satellite collision. Hope, deception, and a way back, the revelation of their distant future filled them with despair, yet also a flicker of hope. Perhaps they could return to the past and avert the catastrophe. They spent the day at the river, bathing, drinking, and gathering fish. While collecting food, the biologist discovered shining green stones, believing them to possess the energy to send them back. Tanaka, a traitor in their midst, relayed this information to Yuto in exchange for food. A fight erupted between Yumi and Rina, ending with Rina pushing Yumi into a pit, where she found a dead body. Both girls fled, only to be stopped by boys from Yuto's group. Rina escaped, leaving Yumi behind. Sam, alerted by Rina, rushed to Yumi's aid, with Kayashima close behind. But when they arrived, Yumi and the boys were gone. Yumi had hidden in the ship. Sam, believing she had been kidnapped, confronted Yumito's group. Yumi and To, apologizing for his companion's misbehavior, promised to find Yumi. But Sam, suspicious of the dead body, accused Yumito of murder. Yumito confessed that the dead man was one of his own, whom he had accidentally killed in self-defense. Sam and Kayashima retreated, preparing for a potential attack. Yuto, meanwhile, went to the ship, unaware Yumi was hiding there. He pretended to speak on the radio, but Yumi, realizing the cable was cut, exposed his lie. Yuto confessed he yearned to be a leader, and this elaborate deception was his way of maintaining control. Yumi, determined to reveal his truth, threatened to expose him. Panicked, Yuto tied her up and locked her away. The battle for survival and a return to the past. Sam's group, armed and ready, prepared for a fight, believing Yuto had failed to find Yumi. A wise woman in their group advised caution, suggesting they find a safe haven before engaging a stronger enemy. While they weren't eager for conflict, the next day, Yuto's group attacked. The battle raged, a desperate fight for survival. Yuto, witnessing the chaos, screamed for them to stop, fearing the loss of his followers. Just as the fight reached its peak, Yumi burst in, having escaped. She exposed Yuto's lies to everyone. Yuto, his deception revealed, admitted his actions were to keep hope alive. Sam, understanding Yuto's intentions, didn't condemn him. Yuto, no longer a leader, left a diary containing all the information he had gleaned from the ship about 2060, the 2026 destruction, and the reason for it. The wise woman and the biologist, in their search for a safe place, discovered a tower filled with glowing green stones. A very tall went down to go through the door. Back in 2023, a scientist, investigating the train's disappearance, discovered a wormhole in the tunnel, caused by a supernova explosion. This explained the timeline jump. Equipped with this knowledge, Sam's group, with the help of a science teacher, also understood the supernova's role. Suddenly, a fierce storm erupted, pulling everything towards a massive wormhole that had reopened. Tanaka, attempting to escape through an emergency gate, was pulled in along with a small doll he had made. The storm ceased, and the wormhole stabilized. In 2023, a detective, investigating the missing train, found Tanaka's doll. Seeing the wormhole, they realized how to go back by creating their own wormhole with a radioactive stone and immense energy. They found a buried power station, activated the green stones, and generated a massive storm, creating a new wormhole. Everyone who wanted to return entered the compartment. Tanaka, content with his new life, chose to stay behind. With a jolt, they were back, but not in 2023. They were in 2026, the very year the world was destined to end. They desperately tried to warn everyone, showing their videos from the future, but they were dismissed as mentally unstable. The news of the train's sudden reappearance in 2026 spread rapidly. The scientist from 2023, who had solved the wormhole mystery, met with them. The wise woman, using her influence, arranged a meeting with the defense minister. She shared all the information from 2060. The minister revealed a missile was being developed to destroy the asteroid in space, promising to save the world. Relief washed over them, though a thread of skepticism remained. Finally, the day arrived. The world held its breath as the missile soared skyward. The news broadcast confirmed its success. The asteroid was destroyed. The world was saved. And so, the season ended, leaving a glimmer of hope for a new future. What do you think will happen to Tanaka?